Hey, what's up guys, Joe Elements here once again, and today I am bringing you the Moment V-Mount Battery. They approached me with this battery as their new release and they wanted me to have a look at it. However, a quick disclaimer, they have no opinion on what I say about this battery, and as you are aware, this channel was strictly honest and telling you exactly how the gear are. So just quickly getting into it, when they approached me and they shipped this out to me, as soon as I saw it, I got super excited because of this simple box. This box is a recycled box, as you can see, and that makes you think a little bit further than just what the company is about. Obviously, they're looking out for the best interest of our environment. And so just a simple box. I've already unboxed it because I wanted to make sure that I use it extensively so that I can tell you whether it is a good battery that I can recommend to you or not. Just before I actually open this, as many of you are aware that are on my channel, you would notice that I have been using these FX line nanos for as long as I've picked up my red Komodo, strictly because they're very compact and sits nicely at the back of the Komodo. Another thing as well that we have to keep in mind is a 98 watt hour battery usually is a lot bulkier and not as compact as this. So these are new technology that's out, and a lot of company are actually getting on board with it. And then a couple of months ago, I picked up the Core SWX nanos, and they are 98 watt hour battery, and ever since they have become my favorite. However, having said that, there are more features on the FX line nanos compared to this, but we will get to that in a moment. Today, what we are talking about again is the Moment V-Mount 99 watt hour battery, and that 1 watt hour battery makes a big difference, and I'll get to that in a moment. So if you open it, it's just an empty recycled box. You've got the battery, and then obviously instruction manual, which we never read. So yes, it has been unboxed before because I have used it to make sure that I'm giving you accurate information. Now, out of these three batteries, as you see with their sizes, they are very, very similar in size and weight. Also, the durability are very, very similar. The only difference between the Core SWX to the other two is that it has some sort of texture and a better grip, especially for those who have sweaty hands or in a weather that's actually very ice cold and stuff becomes slippery. And so that is the strength of the Core SWX V-Mount battery. Now, if we look at the Moment battery, you realize that it's got three ports, one on the left, one on the right, and one on the top. So the left port and the right port are actually D-tap outputs, and then you have two USB 2.0 outputs on the top. I said it right, two. I'll get to the D-tap output. There is a great feature right there that a lot of V-mount battery companies are missing. Now, if you go on to the Core XW, you realize that with the Moment, I was able to simply peel off the covers and get access to it. This you can't. You would need some sort of a blade or a knife or a picker to be able to actually open it. So I can't open it to show you. However, it's got one D-tap output and then one USB output. And then if you move on to the FX line Nano, you realize that it's got one D-tap output and various USB outputs. So you've got USB-C, USB micro, and then standard USB output. However, this charges via the USB-C, and also if you've got the correct battery charger, you could also charge it by the main chip. As we are aware, the FX line Nano is more of an all-round V-mount battery, As much as it is an all-round, you can use it to charge your laptop and so on. But really and truly, would anyone carry this as power bank in their bag or in their pocket? It seems a little bit silly, but the overall target audience should definitely be for V-mount users, for cameras and camera rigs with that additional feature. So if we come back to the FX line Nano that I'm talking about, is the 2D tap output both has a different way of insert. So you know, most of the batteries, the V-mount batteries that has D-tap outputs, their D-tap plugs in a way that the cable shows upwards. Now, the advantage here is sometimes you have gear maybe on the left or on the top, and you want the cable, the D-tap output, the cable to actually come out and go down, run it down instead of come out and run it up and then back down, which obviously becomes very flimsy. If it goes up, that means you can easily bump it and damage your cable. So that is a very, very welcome feature on this V-mount battery. So you can either run it up or you can run it down, whichever you prefer, compared to the other two that both of them runs upwards. So another thing I would also want to mention is that with the Moment V-mount battery, I can actually single-handedly with the 99 watt hour battery power up my Aperture 300D. Not as much with these two. These two, the core SWX needs to be powered with 2 to be able to light up my Aperture 300D, and the same goes for the FX line Nano. Remember, these two are actually 98 watt hour battery, and I mentioned, and as you can see, that the Moment is a 99 watt hour battery. Now, I don't know whether it's the 1% that makes a difference, but with my extensive use for over a week, these batteries, out of the 3, the Moment seems to last 10 minutes to 12 minutes longer than these two right here. So definitely, again, it's a welcome addition with that 1 watt hour battery. Again, it could be that, or it's just perhaps I have used this for long enough so it's degrading the battery life. But I can't say so much for the core SWX, because this is approximately 1 month, barely 2 month old, so it's pretty new as well. Another thing as well is the price on here on the core SWX is actually £235 for a single one. And when you compare it to the FX line Nano 2, which is an all-round V-mount battery, is at £250 there and about. But if you come to the one that actually has the 2D tap output and 2 USB outputs, it's actually just under £180. So comparing these 3 batteries in regards to durability, they are all the same, besides the difference between these two and that this has a better grip. Now, which one would I recommend? I would 100% recommend the Moment battery, just because of that 2 additional feature that it has, that it allows you to run the D-tap output anyhow you want, and then also it's got 2 USB output. But overall of that, the best feature is actually it runs 10 to 12 minutes longer than these 2 batteries. I know 12 minutes seems like nothing, but you know, when you find yourself in that tight corner that you can't actually switch off that camera and replace battery, that 12 minutes comes in handy. So this is it for me, guys. These are the batteries I'm using. This became my favorite but now it seems that I'm using this a little bit longer and more because of that additional 12 minutes, and then also the bonus feature of being able to run my DTAP output however I want. So that's it for me, guys. The link to the Moment battery will be in the description below, so check them out. And again, I'll 100% recommend this. As I always say on this channel, we are there to tell you the honest truth about gear so that you don't waste your money. So that's it for me, guys. Stay tuned and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.